Warning: this game contains blood, drug reference, language, mild suggested themes, and violence. But don't worry, some of the languages will be bleeped. Enjoy! Alright, I actually found the character of it, and this tells about, how did he start, this is what before he became anarchy, like how did it all start. So, I can try to read, okay. So this person was named Lonely Mackin. I guess that's what you call it. I don't know who you call this name. Okay, he was like an ordinary child who, I can't even say it in a big words. Was normally and intelligent, is a political and socially unaware. Pretty much he didn't know, this is when before he knew that, how this United States is pretty much corrupt. And for him, and
in your head.
Yeah.
Just like them. But I'm the menace? Here I am trying to educate. But you don't want to hear it. You just want to buy it.
At 11, he gained a Ford pen pal existence as a part of a school program. Every month they would write to each other about their lives, only about how wonderful the United States was. So
billboards with the branding on your clothes, flyers that litter the streets. We gotta shut them down to shut them up. Otherwise, we'll never be free. I'm in your head, just like them. But I'm the menace? Here I am trying to educate. You don't want to hear it. You just want to buy it.
Yeah, so before, I guess, he was blinded, he was blinded before when he was pretty much pen paling his friend from a different country. And, he was telling, his friend how great the United States are, the western side of it. As every American think, how great is American? Until, you see pretty much what America does, or what the government does. Which, I really don't agree what much of the government does for us, but there's some, I'd say, there may be sometimes, I think, they just make so much laws that it's pretty much why they think people are stupid. Especially how people don't care about laws as much. It's yeah. There are some people who don't care and they just do whatever they want. And they're gonna deal with the consequences. So, I can't read without, gonna focus on this. So probably there may have something happen to his friend before he just realized how bad his country was. Anarchy, not his friend. His friend was living not in the greatest country to live in, because there are some people who are pretty much living not a good life, especially some in school. There's a charity for helping girls and women to go to school, because in some countries they're not allowed to go to schools. They're not allowed to go to schools at all. They were meant to stay home. They were never meant to go to school. It was only for men only. And so sometimes I think that is so messed up. There's a school that they had to watch a movie about girls who wanted to have better educations, to have good jobs, were never allowed to have them. And there are some countries that, especially in Saudi Arabia, that women never had any rights at all. So, yeah. So let me look up what it says. So, Exhaust is about a property and political representation that made up his nation. After a year of contact, Exhaust stops writing, and all Looney's letters are returned as undeliverable. And a year later, Looney learns the Exhaust fate. He writes Looney's final letter explaining about his father has been arrested and his mother has taken ill. His sister has died of malnutrition. I cannot pronounce that, but if you know what that means. At the age of 11, he is homeless and fending for himself, driving with worry for his friend. Looney fervently learns about Exhaust country, discovering it to be a third world dictatorship at war with Marxist, and it started with a G, with arms dealing and stuff like that. And there's like so many, so probably much like what happened is, and that's what, and let me look. So he could not help his friends, and then that's when like, you know, anarchy was born, because something happened, you know, especially when his families was dead. Some of them, like his sister died, and his father was arrested, his mother was ill, and he could not do anything to help his friends. So he thinks that maybe that might have been his country's fault. He realized how much of a bad country it was. And yeah. Thought I had that, but never mind. So yeah, that's all the story about. If you want to learn more about anarchy, you can look it up on Wikipedia. Do whatever you want to do.
I've planted 3 bombs where Gotham's corruption is at its...
But I'm not gonna make like so much of a document to bore you guys, but like, because all I know is the symbol of it, and mostly now I know what it means, you know, especially about, it's all about, you know, anti-government, and pretty much not following the law, pretty much like breaking the law, accordingly. Without government or law, that's what it represents. Anarchy. And there's like different side villains, like, you know, there's like one villain that I don't understand. Like, they've been probably using the same character over and over. Like, I have seen multiples, like, you know, the movie of Alice Magic Returns, you know, the Mad Hatter. As you know, you don't know this, but there's another Mad Hatter character of American McGee's Alice, and Alice Magic Returns, and he's not like, you know, a person. He's pretty much like part of like a little machine, since mostly his parts that fall off, and he's pretty much a crazier person than, not as crazy, well, they're both pretty crazy, but he's not like has a mental illness like this Mad Hatter does. And like, and this one is pretty much a crazy serial killer and pretty much a molester too. He pretty much butchers girls who he refers to as Alice. And there's like, yeah, there's been a lot of multiples of Mad Hatter, like the book of the Alice, and the movie, and the game of American McGee's of Alice and Alice Magic Returns. If you've never even heard of it, please look it up, because I have actually played this, and the Alice one, the American McGee's, is not like a fairy tale. It's just more of a psychological, you know, delusion that she sometimes escapes her, you know. It's kind of a horror since, like, a fatal death of her parents died of fire.
Investigating this crime should have a relay station set up. It'll look like a mobile satellite dish, probably on a rooftop.
Oh, shit. Where am I going? I thought I'd set it up. Wow.
I've planted 3...
Well, I gotta stop here.